my brothers, sisters, mothers, grandmothers, great grandmothers, those living in the United States, England, and the rest of the Western world. I'm Abraham Lincoln, a United States intelligence, the first Star Lord from the days of the ages until now, before the Star Lord position was handed over to William in England. We are Black people. We are the people from the promised land of Judah, the descendants of Terah, to Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob. Our brothers are the white people. Jacob was a black man, and his brother Esau was a white man, the time they were in their womb. They struggled from the womb till they came to this world. And the time they came to this world, Jacob and Esau were serving one God. Esau was a hunter who can kill many giant species that can no longer be found today. Behemoth, dinosaurs, and many giant species. So his father believed he can be the one true protector of the family. So he crowned him the next successor of Isaac. Jacob was loved by the mother, highly educated, intelligent. So the mother instructed him to use food to play pagan and animal worshippers believe, to steal his brother's blessing. What he did brought a curse on Black people from that day. And due to that curse, any Black man like me is not respected in the rest of the world. If you are an African American, the way people respect Chinese, you don't have the equal respect. The day people respect Australians, you don't have equal respect. The way people respect Canadians, you don't have that same respect. Because there are people in your country who chose to continue the belief and practices of Jacob that brought curse on us from God himself. The time Jacob offended Esau, he became a shepherd to look after somebody's sheep. He did it for 7 years. And a woman that is made for him to marry, he worked for it. Another 7 years, they gave him the eldest, and he worked for another 7 years, and they gave him the youngest that he wants. Meanwhile, the people and the descendants of Terah and Abraham, is women and in-laws who pay bride price and servants to men, because they believe we are blessed descendants of Melchizedek, from Terah to Abraham. They believe we are the conjurators of God angels. We are the people who speak to God face to face. So we are truly blessed. Due to that, people believe if they give their women to us and we give birth with them, the covenant we have with God of Abraham, God of Isaac, God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego will befall on them and their countries. So just like the way Sarah was given to Abraham with servants and gold and words that was able to buy Sodom and Gomorrah, this legacy continues until today. But today they are traitors from friends and foe alike, disrespecting that glory that God gave to us. Not long ago, almost getting to 8 years, I announced the reunion of the bloodline. It's a tradition from the Sumerian gods that was copied to Egypt until today. The time I made that announcement, the people of Africa heard it, and they repeated the same very thing that brought a curse on us again. They came into the bloodline made for me and Apollo, gods of the sea, the dark matter, the void, the dynasty of the seas, the gods of Egypt, and many more. These people came in and they started making laws for the God who made you from clay to man, who gave you air to breathe. On the 24th of March, 2024, these people used a portal machine that is older than any human on earth, which is now a property of United States, to open a bridge between worlds, saying I will join the witches to rebel against God. Before I continue, I want any African American to know you don't have anyone. If you see the leaders in Africa, the way they have adapted to practice the faith and belief of Jacob, that faith will not give you anything positive. Supreme Leader and his family have collected money from his grandfather to his father to him. We have a bloodline reunion. They believe I'm an arbiter who have power to heal a dragon, even to raise dragon from the dead. They were summoned by me, just like the way the reptilians, the amphibians, and many species were having a bloodline reunion with the Anunnakis. The time Supreme Leader was summoned, these people from Africa intervened with their beliefs of Jacob. They are the people with mark of the beast. When I say people with mark of the beast, they are people who have animal eye on their forehead, who believe animals can change their future, their destiny, and make them equal to God. The time Supreme Leader arrived, a dog witch called Hannah Opon made his son deceive Supreme Leader's daughter to lay with her, to destroy and parasite North Korea. Because if you want to kill a snake, cut off the head. If they are parasiting Supreme Leader's daughter, indirectly they are destroying North Korea. The time the rumor came out, these people accused United States. And because of that, Supreme Leader have declared war against United States. There is no need for us to fight. There is no need for North Korea to fight United States. Because the people who brought the war, I have no business with them. I am not the only Ghanaian who work for the West. It is the former UN Secretary General, the late Dr. Kofi Annan, who told them, who am I? The time they discovered who am I, the only thing they did was to design a conspiracy to kill me. Just like the way they killed the former UN Secretary General. The partnership I have with the white countries, I do not have any partnership with anyone in Africa. And their belief and their practices of Jacob. My message to African Americans is no one should practice that belief. We chose to practice that belief and see the future of Africa. See Africa today. There are more animals than the animals in forests. They have gold, diamond, timber, and many resources that will soon get finished. And they don't know the good use of their resources. So if you are an African American, you are into gangster group, involve yourself in crime, stop. Because when you are captured, you don't have any one hope. You can't come home to Africa because there is nothing better here to get. That is why our species walk through the Sahara Desert in Libya and go to the Western people to do the work worse than the days of slavery. Now the Africans know who am I. They know I can be in multiple places at the same time. On the 24th of March, they use my porter machine to open a porter. But that reminds me of something. Somewhere 2005, 2000, the boys who followed me, who are now traitors, from friends and foe alike, they always say, you are not here, come back. That time I was using the porter machine to come to the West. I didn't know they knew it until today. But all what I will say is our beliefs of calling ourselves descendant of Jacob is nothing but a curse. I don't want any African American to involve himself in that belief. Those who can see behind the light, who can see spiritually. We don't have to teach our children the belief of Jacob. Because if we do that, we will continue to beg for the rest of our life, like the way Jacob nailed 7 times to his brother Esau. The time Jacob taught lies, deception, conspiracy, and fraud can give him a future by using food to trade his brother's blessing. He was cursed. He lived a miserable life. And today, people in Africa, that you call them your brothers at home, still practice that belief. There is a town called Agona, close to Mampong in Ashanti region, under the king of the Ashanti Hene's territory. A woman was turned to a river. I have a friend there. So I went there to free the woman that was turned to a river from the curse. The time I went there was a dog witch named Hannah Opong. He had Supreme Leader's daughter. The parliament of Supreme Leader, just like the way his grandfather to his father and his father before him arranged for the avatars, the last avatar, to have a pact with their family. They sent Supreme Leader here. And the time he came here, these people with mark of the beast, who now call themselves witches, deceived Supreme Leader daughter because he's of his young age, and made a dog wizard laid with her to destroy the future of North Korea. I told them, the people of ECOWAS, to apologize to Supreme Leader by giving him 5,000 gold bars for himself, 5,000 gold bars for the mother, 5,000 gold bars for the child, and 5,000 gold bars for the parliament. They refuse. And they are blaming United States for what they did, which is a lie. Due to that, Supreme Leader have declared war against United States. I want the African Americans to understand the bloodline that we are doing, people in Africa are not involved. They may be the descendants of Jacob sent to the promised land. But that belief, whoever practices, is cursed. Joseph was a gift from God to Jacob, the time Jacob begged for his sins. But because of this curse, Jacob never got any benefit from his son, Joseph. His son spent his lifetime working for Egypt as a governor and a prime minister. And if we choose to practice this kind of life, our future and our future of our children will be the same. If you are an African American and you watch this video, don't be a hero. Don't be a gangster. Don't hate each other. Learn, read, do everything over time. As a musician called Ace would always sing a song, I do everything over time. And be the best. Because when something happened to you and you come to Africa, you don't have anyone there. It's a city of corruption, lying, fraud, and evil. The most evil city history have ever recorded. People who see goodness as evil and evil as good. If you're an ordinary person who cannot see spiritually, that is what's happening. If you are someone who don't have a third eye, the mark of the beast, or who cannot see anything spiritually, and you are an African American, I'm telling you what is happening in Africa now. My name is Anu, Anum Ra, the first Sumerian god. I was sent to earth to find gold, because in my home, we use gold to build houses, make roads. Our planet is made up of gold. The Africans have seen that planet, and it's many. Because the planet is made up of gold, we don't dig the gold, because erosion cannot fill space when we dig. So we came here to search for gold, to build houses, to develop our country. The time I came here, I used robot machines that is known as Android machine today. That is used by the space program. It's a machine that can repair faults on a rocket when it's traveling on the skies. The time I came here to build, to get gold to my country, for us to use it to build houses, we realized the machine we have been using due to the sea that contains salt. The machine is developing many mechanical faults. So we form a DNA from apes. Before the DNA was formed, I discussed with the God who made the apes. And he gave me permission to use his ape and DNA of Anunnaki blood to form a stem cell technology human as men and use them as a tool. That is known as Homo sapiens in your history books today. The time I did that, we were using the Homo sapiens to mine gold. That many people copied it from the Sumerian scriptures, known as the Bible, Quran, and many more. All the scriptures you know was copied from Samaria to Egypt, from Egypt to Greece, and all over the continent of the planet. Creation began from Africa. And they gave it a name, Garden of Eden, and many more. But that is not necessary. After all these things was done, we ruled this planet for a very long time. And there was a war between me and the rulers who was on this planet today, who will soon expose themselves to children of men. Some call them Gojira. They are giant species in the sea, 1,000 times intelligent than Anunnaki and humans. They have divine powers that nobody understands. The time I came here to form that civilization, by using organic tools from ape for mining, the people with mark of the beast who worship animals involve themselves in a bloodline reunion that is made to bring peace. The time humans was formed from apes, many experiments took place. Some was formed from ape to war jackals, corn, that are known as reptilians today. But the reptilians' origin, they came from different world called Neptune. We did the same DNA there to mine gold. That is why when they are cut from their leg, the lost part grow, like the way war jackal tail grow. But there are problems. The people in with the mark of the beast in Africa who choose to worship false god. If you're an ordinary person and you cannot see spiritually, you have heard a name called witches. Those witches don't believe in the God you pray to. They don't believe in Islam. They worship animals. In their eyes, goodness is evil and evil is good. When you give them food, they use it against you. When you give them water, they use it against you. And when they give you a gift and you accept it, then expect something worse. These people with mark of the beast have taken dominion in Africa. After I designed the apes, that many of them traveled to the west. The apes, they were two. Some were white and some were blacks. And after they spread all over the world, the whites was successful than the blacks that was created first. The blacks were highly stupid, strong, but simple-minded. And the whites, who are known as white people, were successful. Due to that, the bloodline reunion that I was doing, that was known as a Star Lord, the man who brought civilization to your solar system. Every planet you go, there are statues with these faces of mine in every planet close to our solar system. Not long ago, NASA discovered a city advanced than Earth. If you go there, my statues are there. They know me as their Christ and their Messiah because I taught them the belief of justice, truth, and to serve true God instead of false gods. The gods gave me a duty and a mission to unite all the kingdoms, to unite the heavens, the dark matter, the sea, and all the multi-universe, to join the seven kingdoms. If you're an ordinary person and you don't know what seven kingdoms mean, when you read the book of Revelation, they have seals. We talk about seven seals. If you're a Roman citizen, you know what a seal means. Every kingdom have a seal. The seven seals represent seven kingdoms in heaven. The first kingdom have 700 billion planets, like Earth, different Earth, 700 billion. The first kingdom alone, their planets is more than the population on Earth. It's 1,000 times the population on Earth. The second seal, King Empire, have 800 billion planets. The third seal have 9 trillion planets. That is why in Freemason they call something 999. The fourth seal, the dynasty of the seas, planet that have a sea. It have 16 billion planets. The fifth seal, the deity and dynasties of Egypt, have 80 trillion planets. That are the Kryptonians. And the warriors of the universe, Odin and his team, their planets, have 29 trillion planets. And the warriors, the soldiers fighting in the battlefield of the universe, we have infinite planets that we don't know the number. Because every day new one join. It is that planets that form the 7 kingdoms, and it's more than the population on Earth. I was sending the mission impossible for the Anunnakis, for me to unite all these planets, to give them one religious belief. That is why it's written in the Sumerian tablets that in the ancient days, if you worship false god, you were put to death. Successfully, one after the other, I'm able to unite all these planets. But the galaxy you see was created from water. This planet Earth that you live on, the gods in the dark matter use water to form it. Like the way when you put water in your refrigerator, your deep freezer, it becomes a solid. They form it to create celestial beings, creatures that are giant, intelligent than humans. And later we realize the creation of humans. So they place a hold on it. Every planet in your solar system, there is a celestial being in my DNA inside. But after these gods told me to unite the seven kingdoms that I successfully win, that my wife, the lady in the black hole, chose to destroy this planet to cause a demonstration, to remember the God. She is a married woman who need her husband home. Finally, I have succeeded by uniting the whole cosmos. On the 27th of March, 2024, Lucifer Morningstar, the light, the most intelligent archangel ever walked in the history of time, who is also an Anunnaki. Because Lucifer is the one who taught humans everything they know. He gave human eye to see the future. Every human can be equal to God. But you have to find a proper way to be like God. But because every human have a DNA of God. This intelligent archangel, because of his super fame of aiding his father Yahweh to unite the seven kingdoms, he have many enemies from the dark matter because of his super fame. If you're an ordinary person, you don't understand it. But maybe you have experienced some. If you're an ordinary person, sometimes you dream of having sex spiritually. When it happened that way, sometimes you'll be cast out from the room you sleep or where you stay. The same thing happened to Lucifer, and he was cast out from heaven. In Revelation 14, 6-4, it foretells some angels will come and tell the truth. I'm telling you the truth. But the ordinary people who cannot see spiritually, I want you to understand that this world that you are living, that you call Lucifer Satan, hold him responsible for all what happened to you, is a lie. The person who is responsible for your suffering is around you. They are witches. They have no divine power. They get their source of power from animals. So the heaven called them people with mark of the beast. In their eyes, goodness is evil, and evil is goodness. They are consumed with evil, and evil is the only thing they know. They don't believe in God, except evil. They worship lies. Every commandment of God, they practice something opposite from it. And you don't have to place your faith on this kind of people. Whatever problem you are going through, the problem was done by these people with mark of the beast, who now call themselves witches. They have heard a rumor about my mission to unite the whole universe, to have one government policy, to have one Lord of the earth that I first chose Pode. Before the heaven, the God who made you chose William in England. Now the dark matter is the superpower of the gods. Now as I speak, it's the dark matter who will choose the new Lord of the earth. And they have also selected me as a king after I gave my Star Lord position to William from the royal family in England. Someone will say, what is the meaning of a Star Lord? I was named a Star Lord because all the planets in your galaxy, the seven kingdoms, there were rulers that looked like dragons, dinosaurs, behemoths, who were the guardians and protectors of the realm. I came from a different place with machinery, technology. I taught humans irrigation, and I made humans from the DNA from ape with combination of my Anunnaki blood. And I brought my Anunnaki family here. The time I brought them here, I did same in many civilizations in search of gold, because my planet is long like your planet, that when you dig, within a short period of time, erosion will fill it, and the hole will be covered. My planet is made up of gold. So when you dig, because it's made up of metal, the hole will be there permanent for eternity without filling. So when we build houses, we have to go to somewhere else to get gold, to build houses and road. And to get gold, you need people to work in the mines. So during that time, there was no evil on earth. So I gave a chance that whoever wants to become immortal have to get gold. My great grandson Horus, the second Star Lord, changed the laws of judgment that those who do good deeds will have immortality. But now, there are people in Africa who do not practice that. I am not saying the white people don't do evil. They do evil, they sin, but they can easily be controlled. They have witches' courts and witches' laws to fight against evil. But when you come to Africa, it's not like that. In Africa, goodness is known as evil, and evil is known as goodness. They are the most evil people history have ever recorded. Sin, evil, and cruelty is the only thing they know. Deception is their lifestyle. And they do not worship any god except animals. After the God sent me to unite the whole universe and the dark matter, our plan is to destroy those who don't believe in God, who see goodness as evil and evil as goodness. Why am I saying this? In the beginning, I spoke of a dog witch who made his son laid with Supreme Leader's daughter to destroy their country and to parasite their country to make their country be like Africa. Due to that, Supreme Leader want to have a war with the United States because they accuse United States for that. I gave them money. And in the eyes of black people in Africa, if you give someone money, he uses it against you. He will say, I am poor. This man gave me money. Let him be poor like me and become worse than me. If you give him food, he will say, I'm hungry. This man is not hungry like me. He gave me money for food. Let his life be useless. Let his job corrupt. And let him live in hunger and beg, just like the way he have given me food. If they don't know anything and you advise them, they will say, I am imbecile. I have no knowledge. This man taught me knowledge. He taught me something I do not know. So make him mad and make him more foolish than me. If you are highly respected and you treat them with dignity, this phone that I'm using to record this video, it can record pictures spiritually and physically. They will call you either on video call or record you spiritually on the phone. And they will say, this man is respected. He helped me. Let him be someone useless and make him useless. Sometimes they put animals on the victim's face spiritually to parasite the person. And that belief is not the belief the Anunnakis taught humanity. Even the false gods who came to this world that was slain during the days I was king, this is not what they taught humanity. It's not the history and the lifestyle and the culture of black people. It's something unknown that until now we have never seen the person who created it. But according to the Bible, it was created by the mother of Jacob, and Jacob copied it. Whoever practiced that belief forever live on his knees. The people from Greece will say, I'd rather die on my feet as a fallen king than to stay alive on my knees as a slave. These people of Africa practice this kind of belief. So because of that, if you are an intelligent man in Africa, they learn from you spiritually and they will blaspheme of making you mad. Similar happened to the woman who made his son fuck Supreme Leader's daughter. Everything good they see, they destroy. In Africa, one of the greatest gods they worship is lies. They have women that are not my children, that all witches in Africa, and all superpowers. Joe Biden, Donald Trump, every Western country is a witness. I don't have a child. They use these lies, children, to say they will become desires of heaven, believing it will provoke God to destroy humanity. This woman who made his son fuck Supreme Leader's daughter supported these people. And their plan is to destroy North Korea so that North Korea will be like Africa. Because Ghana was once like North Korea during the reign of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And they killed him, just like the way they killed Dr. Kofi Annan. They made that boy fuck Supreme Leader's daughter. And after fucking Supreme Leader's daughter, they are accused in the United States for that. If you are an African American, you are the only hope of our species. The reason why I'm calling you the only hope of our species is I was sent here to unite the Seven Kingdoms. The gods told me after I unite the Seven Kingdoms, people with mark of the beast who now call themselves witches will be destroyed. Because we cannot have peace with this kind of people who see goodness as evil and evil as good. The dog witch who made his son fuck Supreme Leader's daughter to destroy the country. I gave them money to buy a bulb. They buy a bulb of 3 colors. And they say they will make children that don't have any biological blood of the Anunnakis rule the Anunnakis because in their lifetime, lies is what they worship. These people, if we place our faith on them, our future will be like them. I have a message for Barack Obama. You are the most noble black man on earth now, who is not classified like me. You are the president of the United States, a former president. This duty rests in your shoulders. Our people may be witches. The end of the world that is coming, I myself have paid with an Anunnaki planet, a complete gold, to buy a price for all the Western world. For 1,000 years is a rent. After 1,000 years, the rent will expire. And if white people continue to do evil, they will be destroyed. But for now, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, chained in the Euphrates River, will come and slaughter the Africans any moment from now, by the next 4 days. They will be destroyed. Their crime and the reason why we are destroying them is they compare themselves equal to God. On the 24th of March, 2024, they used my portal machine, have a person called Control, and group of witches who wanted me to join the witches to rebel against God, to fight the Armageddon War. It didn't end there. A bloodline reunion that was made for vampires, werewolves, reptilians, because reptilians were the first wives of the Anunnakis, before the amphibians who look like the lions, the Octorians, and many aliens who are in your country today in Area 51. These Africans believe I gave them money to buy food, so he give them a chance to rule them. It have provoked this alien, just like the way it's written in the book of Daniel 7 in your holy Bible, that the kingdom of heaven will descend from heaven and strike all kingdom from earth. These kingdom are here with anger, violence, and retaliation to destroy the people of Africa. Africa will fall, they will melt, they will be destroyed. But our future lays in the hands of Barack Obama. Start the campaign, make a strict compulsory law. No black man is allowed to use magic for evil. Because if you do not, we will all die. There are more than 1,000 species that have lived on Earth that do not exist. The DNA I made from ape. Lucifer also made some. That was called fleas. I'm talking about the family of Merlin. They were the rightful owners of England before the glory of Rome and Utap and Dragon fought them. They were half animals, half humans, half snakes, half some were half snakes, half crocodile, half tunnels, and different kind of animals. And they were having advanced divine powers. But the glory of Rome fought them in England during the reign of Atap and Dragon and Uta. And their greatest warlock, I spoke to him, and he joined us. I was able to convince him by making the God who made all things before we created humans from ape, convince him. And Merlin is alive. I see him every day in my room. This very place I'm recording video, but I don't talk to him. I do not talk to him because our black people in Africa are misbehaving with the God who created apes and all animals here. That God was having protectors and guardians and rulers before I came. The dinosaurs, the behemoths, and the dragons, they were the protectors of the realm. I took their glory from them, and they are intelligent than Anunnakis. The only thing is they don't use machine, they use magic. They have even declared war against me. So someone will say that during the animal age, there was no technology. They were having magic to rule their life. During that time, if you take a leaf and pour water on it, and you take a skin of a behemoth, a scale, behemoth have skins like scales of fishes. If you put it in the water, you begin to see the location of everyone you want to know. You can speak to them like the way you are doing video call. And that one, everyone can do it. Today, witches do it. It's the same technology we use to invent video call phone that I'm using it to record video for you. So in Africa, one of the late head of states always say, if your grandmother speaks to you on a mirror, you call it witchcraft. But if you speak to your brother on phone in abroad, you call it technology. The Africans was having everything before the Anunnakis came here. The only difference is I brought machinery and they were using magic. But today, the God who made them is angry with them, that they have to be destroyed due to their belief. Because that belief, they call it witchcraft. It is not the gods who brought it. It is not animals who brought it. It is not the Anunnakis who brought it. It's something unknown that they themselves know is a lie. If someone is intelligent and you learn from him spiritually and make him mad physically, it doesn't mean you know everything the person knows. If someone is respected and you damage his face with harmful objects, and if the person become deformed and you think people respect you, if you are ugly, you were born ugly. But these Africans blood practice this abomination belief. They have seen people who come from hell. A friend of mine was in hell. It's called Sunnah. I opened an account for him for Ghana Commercial Bank and Eco Bank with the name Issa Sita. He's dead. He was in hell. I brought him back here, and the demons wanted to take him to hell. He was crying. The witches in Africa have seen, and yet they still do evil. They told God they will stop doing evil to all ordinary people. They pleaded God, and until now, they haven't stopped. So God have declared war to destroy them all. Within 4 days or from now, just like the way it's written in Daniel 7, the kingdom of heaven will come and kill all Africans. It is written in the Bible that 1/3 of the population on earth will be destroyed. Because of the good deeds I did for them, they are even claiming position given by the Senate and the gods who made you, the Star Lord position. Useless people are claiming it because I gave them money. It was never written in your Bible and your scriptures that when someone give you money, you have to use it against him. It is never written in the Quran that when someone give you food, you have to use it against him. Someone created it. In the Holy Quran, Prophet Muhammad said, an Islam should not envy, a Muslim should not steal, unless what is given to him willingly. Is the last word he said before he died. He made a promise they will see their God one day. I am not declaring myself as a God, but I want every black man to know you are alone. You have no hope to return. So comport yourself. And God and the dark matter have declared war on us. Today, on the 30th of March 2024, Easter Day, the dark matter instructed me to perform a covenant rituals. I was doing the covenant rituals, and spiritually, the witches were spitting on it, urinating on it. It's a covenant. We do it with wine, just like the way Jesus Christ did with the disciples, with wine and bread. I was doing it with soda and water mix and bread, and the people with mark of the beast urinated on the water spiritually. The king of the east of the dark matter have sworn to wipe them off, and any god who, because wherever I am doing, I didn't summon them. They came in from nowhere, and they are misbehaving with the God who made them. Black people will fall. Our only hope is the African Americans and those living in the white countries. If we don't behave ourselves well, I'm afraid our black species will be lost forever. Just like the way the species who were many on earth are no longer to be found. Even ox. The reptilians, we have more than 10,000 breeds. All of them cannot be found. The people who look like humans, many of them have lost. It have only left the people with mark of the beast who now call themselves witches. We